Hello, everyone, and hope you're all having an amazing day or had an amazing day, depending on your current time zone. So, today I'm going to talk a little bit about my youngest daughter, Alani, and the most challenging things that we undergo every day with her disability. Two main areas that she really struggles with, or that she is battling, is ADHD, which she has a pretty bad case of it, and the biggest issue that we face today is processing delays. She has severe processing delays, and that's really a struggle on a day to day basis, especially in school and at home, because no matter how many times we can repeat something, it doesn't seem to stick, right? So, for example, if I ask her to do her homework and I show her how to do the assignment or we work through it, she will understand it 1 minute and then it's gone the next. So it's really hard for her to retain any information. So with that being said, it's the only way to really get her to a somewhat reasonable place, right, where she can understand something is repetition. And then when I say repetition, I mean consistent repetition. So it does become really, really challenging. That's my topic today. So, yeah. Hello. For those of you guys that are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kathy. And for those of you guys that are seasoned subscribers, welcome back. On Mondays, I do videos all about fashion, accessories, just fun things that I enjoy doing to keep my mind off of the second half of the week videos, which are all about my girls and their battles with TSC and FSGS. TSC being tuberous sclerosis complex, which is tumors that can grow in any major organ throughout your body. And FSGS being a form of kidney disease that causes, unfortunately, damage to the glomeruli, which is the kidney filtration, which can cause kidney disease, kidney failure. You may need a transplant or may have to go on dialysis depending on the disease progression. So if you're interested in either or, please hit the little subscribe button and hit the little bell so you can be notified on all of my latest videos. And please don't forget to hit the like button and comment below. Let me know what you think of today's video. And let's get started. So a little bit about processing delays. A person with processing delays just takes a little longer to understand or process the information that's being given to them. So if you are in a classroom setting, the biggest challenges for my daughter is when she is in a huge or decent sized classroom setting, it takes her quite a bit of time to understand what's being provided to her, or what's given, the information that's being given to her, and understand what's the actual information that's given or that's being provided. So, for example, if they give her a math problem to do, right? So she will take in the information but not understand it right away. Even the most basic math problem, so 5 plus 5. She has to take a little bit of time, maybe about 30 seconds, to understand the information that's being given to her. So it takes her that much time to understand it. So it's another 30 seconds to say, okay, I understand that that's the number 5. And now what is plus? So then she would, intertwine each of the other numbers. So let's say they give her 5 plus 5. She will change it in her mind and say, oh, it's 5 minus 5, or 5 divided by 5. So then she has to kind of go through the different symbols, the math symbols, and say, okay, no, it's 5 plus 5. So it takes her some time to just understand what is the information is being given to her. So just imagine someone with that type of processing delays being given division problems, given a full essay problem, right? So the biggest challenges with that type of individual that's struggling with those types of processing delays is helping that person retain information. And it's not only in school, it's also at home, or if she's out and trying to work a day-to-day job, right? So understand that, hey, Lonnie, you need to do this. Here's the information. Go ahead and take care of that. So to her is, okay, what was that information? They give you that information. She may remember part of that information. Okay, so I'm supposed to take this. Okay, now what do I do? So you have to be consistent. Okay, this is what you need to do next, and and consistency is what helps guide her in the right direction. But on many occasions, she thinks that if she does part 1 of the directions that you were given to her, she's doing what she needs to do. And it's just that she just didn't process that second part of that statement fast enough to understand that she has to do step 2 and step 3. Or she's not sure how to do it the information slips out of her head what she had to do, and she goes on to part 3 of the actual directions that were given to her. So, for example, Alani, I need you to add 5 plus 5 and then subtract 2 from the total amount. Okay, so she'll go and add 5 plus 5 and then forget about what she has to do next, or not understand that endpoint. Okay, I know how to do 5 plus 5, but I forget how to subtract, right? So, and I could have taught her how to subtract 20 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, or even 2 minutes ago, and it's gone. So that is our day-to-day struggles, and this happens consistently. So we'll tell her, Lonnie, you're not allowed to be on your phone for 2 hours because you didn't do your chores yesterday. The next day, she'll forget about why she wasn't allowed to have the phone, and she will get upset that she's not able to be on the phone, but not understand why she's not able or allowed to be on the phone. So that's a huge struggle with us, because we'll give her, okay, you are allowed so much time on the phone, because it's also dangerous when somebody that doesn't have the understanding, and she's one big, huge struggle that we deal with on a day-to-day basis with our youngest, is that she doesn't really recognize true danger. She understands somewhat, but real danger is a huge, huge, difficult challenge for us, because she thinks that everyone has good intentions if they tell her they do. And on many occasions, it's not been the case. So we've had to deal with some scenarios here and there, situations, because she doesn't recognize it. So it's something that we've been teaching her. Her therapist has been teaching her, her teachers in school, and her, just, it's been a community effort. So it's not just her, obviously it's a couple of kids, because the school that she goes to is for neurodivergent students, which is great, because everybody has their own issues there, and and it's recognized that though everybody has their own issues, they're all great kids, and they're all working together for the same cause, right, or the same goal. So that's, I'm really proud of, or really happy that I was able to find this job. Really happy that I was able to find this school for her, because on many occasions there's just not the best support when it comes to kids with neurological disorders, and it gets really frustrating, right? So the school itself has been a huge finding, and it's been they have a very supportive staff. They're still building up, right, because they did move from one location to another location, and thank goodness, because they're a lot closer to us. They were about almost 30-40 minutes from us originally, and the year that I signed her up for the school, they were actually moving closer to my location, which was wonderful. So with the processing delays, a lot of the stuff that she goes through, difficulty focusing, and maintaining the concentration, her processing speeds are prolonged, her problem solving skills are very slow, so it makes it really difficult for her to understand, like I was trying to explain before, complex scenarios, language comprehension, just understanding, interpreting a lot of languages, just understanding and interpreting, like, for example, my family or my parents, we all speak Spanish in our family, as far as I'm Latin and our family speaks Spanish, but she doesn't speak it, but she does understand it. So we've been trying to kind of help her learn a second language, and it's really a struggle because of the processing delays. She has started to understand it, but she's been learning it since a very young age. So now is when she's starting to understand certain words here and there. Bike riding, we try to teach her how to ride bike, but her brain doesn't allow her. It's almost like a wall there, where she doesn't understand that she has to balance herself as well as pedal, or balance herself and also pedal and steer. So the three things at once throws her off every time. Like she'll do okay, and then she'll forget. She'll miss something, or she'll forget to do one thing because of the processing delays. Swimming took her about 3 years to learn. She does know how to swim. It's really important out here in the South, especially because we have a pool. So she was able to learn how to swim, but it was a consistent effort because of processing delays. She had to learn to use her arms and her feet at the same time, as well as keep herself afloat, right? So this was all but we were able at least to get her to learn how to swim. Biking is still is still a challenge, but we are trying to help her as well in there. When it comes to neurodevelopmental disorders, ADHD is definitely one of those big things. She does have somewhat, uh, I can't really say whether or not she has um, autism or very low autism, but there is some signs, and I wanted to take her in for some testing because she does give off some indicators. Very low spectrum though, not something that is very easily recognized, but there are certain things that she does where you could see her tapping, um, or just she likes to make sounds with her fingers, so like a consistent tapping or a consistent noise, or she likes to be repetitive sometimes. So there are little indicators here and there. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I this is just real life experience and just stuff that I see. Doing that, I have two children with disabilities. I'm just always on the lookout, and I just recognize certain signs. And I've read a lot about autism, and I've read a couple of books on it. And with TSC, it is something that is common when it comes to any neurological involvement with the disease. Being that she does have a SEGA, and thank goodness the mTOR inhibitor or everolimus that she was put on a few years back has tremendously helped her out. It's almost like completely stopped her seizures since she's been on this medication, and her tumor has shrunk down back to its original size. So we're going to continue to increase the dosage, and hopefully we can get that tumor even smaller. Now, with all this, a lot of times she does take a lot longer to finish a task. So if we give her something to do as far as a chore, it takes her a lot longer to do it. So a lot of times it's just challenging just to find the right learning tools for her to obviously to flourish, where she loves to sing and she's really good at dancing and stuff like that, and that's something that she enjoys doing, right? And she's very consistent with it, where she's always working at it, and those are things that she enjoys doing. So we try to push her to do more of that to just build up on her strengths, right? So this is stuff that we're constantly dealing with. Another one that we definitely, with TSC, ADHD is very common. She definitely has a very hard time focusing her attention more than a few minutes at a time. So we found that different little tools that we provided to her, fidget that she can fidget with and kind of keep her concentration on that. I bought her like a little fidget ring where she can play with while she's in the classroom setting. That's helped a little. We're working with a therapist. She's been tremendous with us. The patch itself has been a tremendous game changer. Prior to the patch, I would get calls or emails consistently telling me that Alani's just not focusing, she's not paying attention. With this, and this is the name of the medication, and I'll list it in the underneath as well, so you can do a little research and speak to your doctor and find out if this is something that might be an option for your child. Now the patch is great because it lasts all day, and all you have to do is put the patch. You don't have to give them any medication, no mouth via the mouth, no pill or liquid. And ever since we changed her to the patch, she has been doing a lot better. So she's been able to concentrate a little bit better and been able to focus a lot better than she usually does. Now the biggest factor with that, she was prior to the one she is right now, she's on 20 milligrams. She was on 15 prior, and the 15 wasn't really doing much. I could still see, a little bit of just lack of concentration, so we knew that she had to go up a little bit. Also, when she first started it, she was really tired, and it was really weird. It was giving her like leg cramps, which was crazy. But when I read the actual symptoms, it was actually in there, and I was like, let's try to at least wear the patch for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, because obviously sometimes your body just needs to get adjusted to new medication. And after a few weeks, it did go away completely, and we were able to obviously to really get her in a better place mentally when she was in school, especially. So I placed it on her prior to her going to class. So it's been a game changer for us. So these are definitely big factors when it comes to a child that you want to help flourish in class. Any child that has ADHD or has processing delays, or is on a possible autism spectrum, it's you're battling three things at once, right? So you're trying to give your child all the best resources to make sure that they're successful. With the therapist, she's been helpful. She and I have her on online classes or courses for to both to help build up her self-esteem. I have her in the neurodivergent school where they have occupational therapy. They have therapists as well in there. So they've helped tremendously. What I've seen improve since she's been wearing the patch and stuff like that, her grades have gotten a lot better, where she was just struggling in every class because she wasn't able to focus on one area. She's actually gotten a lot better. Obviously, her best subjects are always going to be gym or I think choir. She's really good at always. So those are definitely her best best areas. So we're still trying to find out like what are her best traits when it comes to just anything that we see. And if I see something that she's good at, I try to encourage her to actually focus in that area. Like we've been talking about possibly doing, getting her into work with a veterinarian as a assistant, because she's just really good with our dogs and she's really good with animals, and she really has a heart of gold when it comes to that. She just, I mean, she is phenomenal with any animal. I mean, you know, she, like my mother-in-law, she has three cats and she's phenomenal with the cats. Like she just absolutely adores them. But she's a puppy girl, so you know we have our two hot dogs or our two Dachshunds here, and she just loves playing with them and she's really good with them. So definitely things that I am looking at, just supporting her in, and I think that that would be a good way for her to also to help build her confidence up. Like she had a job with Goodwill, so she's working with them, and hopefully we can get back into that program in the summer because she was doing, you know, she enjoyed doing it. So I think with any child with the struggle, right? You know, it's been a long time coming. Like we just the all the mental tests, all the medications, all the change-ups of medications, all the doctors, all the visits, all the frustration. You know, it's just hard for her to. It's hard for her to. One of the biggest struggles, I guess, and on top of everything else, is her inability to find a good friend and sustain that friend because they don't understand her, and it becomes a little bit overwhelming for that person. So it's easier to kind of push her away or not talk to her anymore than to kind of talk to her and figure out what's going on. You know, she does struggle there. So I'm trying to, I guess, get the answer to that question of how do I help her find a friend that's going to be kind to her and good to her and treat her right, and also show her how to be around friends and understand boundaries and understand how to be a good friend without, you know, becoming overwhelming. And and when I mean friend, I mean a good friend. I tell her to stay away from those bad kids, and she sends the I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's easier to. I still don't get it. I'm really trying to learn here, but I love her, and I will. You know, I love my girls, and more than anything in this world, and I will be willing to do whatever I need to do to make sure that they are safe, happy, and healthy. But I'm still learning. It's been quite a bit of a journey. Let's just put it like that. Anyway, I appreciate you guys listening in. I hope that you got some kind of an insight in here. I appreciate you guys taking out the time to check out my video. And don't forget, guys, I do have a running giveaway. All you have to do is follow me here, follow me on my Instagram, and follow me on my Facebook. And please hit the like button and comment with the pink heart. I will be announcing the winner next Friday, the 21st. So you have a few more days. I'm going to be taking names up until Thursday, the 20th, and then I will make my announcement on Friday, the 21st. So, and possible vlog to come soon. Yeah, so that should be fun. This is gonna be my first time doing it, so bear with me. I'm actually excited about it because I think that it's been a long time coming. I think it's due time. I need to get full blown into this, and uh, having over 1,000 subscribers now, it's insane, but it's so awesome. So thank you again, and please don't forget to focus through and evolve.